soon. We've got all this other information in the Discord regarding the airdrop, future products, future games. There is so much to unpack in today's episode. We also missed a week, so we've got 2 weeks worth of stuff. If you are new to Illuvium, you're new to the airdrop, you're new to the Illuvium launch, this is exactly the place you want to be. We will give you everything you need to know. How's it going, man?
This is exactly where you need to be. No, what's up, man? No, I'm good. Really excited. It's really excited. A bunch of stuff coming up, being super busy on my end. I was going to ask to take this one off, but I obviously we have the leak, we have the date announcement, we have the teaser that came out a couple of hours ago. I'd be doing a massive disservice to everyone that's watching and yourself if I didn't show up. So here we are, man. Let's smash this one out.
We can run through it quickly if you want. A lot of the Discord stuff is a little bit minor, but then we'll get later to a lot of the announcements and things, and we'll give them a little bit more of our time today, I think.
I mean, we can have fun with it. It's cool.
No stress. So let's jump straight into it. The first thing is Aaron has said that absolutely part of the post-open beta plan is actually to transition Illuvium Zero to 3D, but it's a long way off. So by that, he means he wants you to be able to walk around it, like go from the overworld to walking around on your actual land that you've built up and things like that, which I think would be super cool. I think it's a while away. I don't think it's happening this year or anything like that, but it would be super cool to have those sorts of features because there's a lot of really great art that's gone into the buildings, plants, and everything of Illuvium Zero, and it would be awesome to be able to leverage that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's not much for me to add there. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you have a lot to add on this one. Dimitri made a really funny image. It started off with just a regular image, but there is still, people keep forgetting, and I keep forgetting even, there is still one alluvial that is yet to be revealed, or at least that's how they made it sound.
What do you mean yet to be? It is revealed. It's revealed right here on screen.
Yeah. Pterodactyl drawing.
Legit.
And so, yeah, I can't wait to see what this is. And given the hype trailer had the Leviathan somewhat reveal itself for the arena hype trailer in that past thing, I'm actually hoping that the cinematic trailer coming out, it's Saturday my time, I guess Friday night for most, will actually reveal what this is all about. What do you think?
Reveal what it's all about. Look, I have to be very careful with what I say, so I'm not going to add too much into that. No, I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited, but when this 000 alluvial gets unveiled, right, I think that's going to be quite interesting for everyone. So yeah, again, I have to be very careful with something as locked up as this, so I'm not going to say much more on this one.
This, like, we say that the Illuvium lore is like the best kept secret in the entire thing, but really it's this in particular is the best kept secret in Illuvium right now, and I can't wait to see what it holds for us.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is we actually have quite a few messages from Nick, which is really funny because he no longer works for Illuvium, but he's still very active in the Discord, helping people out and everything like that. So you absolutely love to see that. Illuvium is Illuvium for life. Even haters will still stick around for a long time. Once you're here, you never really leave. But Nick says that in Pal World, you're stuck progressing your character and collecting your pals on a single server. However, Illuvium has the opportunity to do what Pokemon and Pal World have not, which is basically full collections across many games and many titles. No one's done that, not even Pokemon. You can't take your Pikachu from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and bring it into Pokemon Unite. And I don't know if there are people that would love to do that, but it would be cool if you could bring your shiny Pikachu to play in Pokemon Unite. That would be cool. Illuvium is doing that.
There are things like that in the Pokemon universe. I don't want to pretend like that doesn't happen with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Mobile. Like there are ways to do it. I'm not a Pokemon connoisseur like that, so I don't know. But there actually are things like that, but obviously not on the scale that we're trying to do, right? So yeah, and Nick is absolutely right. When Overworld has multiplayer, I mean, what I'm really excited for, I forget, is the monthly leaks. Are we covering that today or when was that?
Yes, I have it in here. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Because I was going to say time to me is just warped right now. I have no idea what's happening. I don't even know what time or day it is right now. But yeah, I think something like that. This this month's or last month's leaks really got me like excited on a whole nother level. Yo, by the way, do you want to? I can't control the screens. Do you want to make it so it's just us two? I apologize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. One
god.
of the things that I noticed with the leaks was they really started to showcase. This was the one with the bow and arrow, right? Okay, now I
Yeah.
might be
Yep.
getting
Yep.
things
Yep.
mixed up.
Yep.
Yeah, like the bow and arrow. You could start to see the different armors, the capes. Like there's all these different things, all the different skins, and you could start to see the weapons, the falcons, the sabers, the katanas. You could see that all, and now you start to imagine, okay, what is like a shock staff gonna look like? What is a I don't know, a tsunami buckler shield supposed to look like? And you start like playing all of these things in your head, and you're like, whoa, imagine Skyrox, me, you, Kieran, Dick Kings, Llama are all like going in for a. This is being kind of leaked and hinted at now with the upcoming
Mm.
development features, raids. Right? Imagine all of us are going in looking different, like different weapons, different skins. Like that's what's up. Like that's so crazy. Like that's
Y-
insane. You know what I mean? Like that feels like a real deep game. Like you can build your character, your team, your alluvials, the play style that you want to play. Like it's just, I'm glad that we're starting to release a lot of this with the leaks, with the upcoming development. Like we're starting to tease a lot more now. Yeah, we've been keeping this in for a long time, man. I'm very
The
excited.
the RPG and the MMO elements are starting to really come out
Mm,
now. And what's I've never been a very big MMO guy. I'm just not. But I'm a huge creature collector guy, and it is the one thing Pokemon and all the other creature collectors never really did. They never really did AAA to begin with, but
mm.
they never really did MMO with creature collectors. And it's something that is brand new, and there is huge demand for. Now, it's a shame that we're not launching as an MMO. Really, we're more launching as a creature collector and then adding the MMO to it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I think it's going to be a big deal in the future. And I think, yeah, I can't
I
wait.
mean,
We've got a lot coming.
take away the economy side of things, right? Like I said, that I've got another meeting after this and whatnot, but it's all good. Like let's enjoy this. Take away the economy side of things. Just imagine, like, well, why did World of Warcraft do so well? Everyone they lived their character. That was who they were. They were stuck in this world. So we're gonna be doing a very similar thing, and then you add the economy on top of it as well. Of hey, again. Imagine if we're in a guild or a thing,
Hmm.
raids with Kieran, and then at some stage he sells the shield that caught a dark color, right? Like I don't know, right? Like all of these things are just cool. Like okay, Kieran's probably not going to craft anything. He's going to buy all this shit. But let's just say he crafts like this legendary item and then sells it, and it says it's owned by Kieran. Like all of the stories, the narratives. Yeah, it's just very exciting stuff.
Oh yeah, and a big on the blockchain. You guys will know I've been having a lot of fun
Mm.
with scouring the IMX API and stuff like that. That is one of my favorite parts about the entire blockchain aspect of all this. Is it's kind of like having an API for all the stats of a game just at anyone's disposal. And I know not everyone's going to use that, but for me, that's so fun, and I cannot wait. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
jump into the next one. Because quite a few team members have stepped down recently and things like that, Kira wanted to dispel some of the stuff. And right, so the
Mhm.
first thing is that they're a new studio and they're building 3 games simultaneously, which has put a lot of demand on the staff. With others, many have left after delivering what was required and decided that the impact they could bring was no longer worth their wage. That's a really big part of this entire thing. And the decision to step away is incredibly selfless and speaks volumes about the culture they've created. When no individual is greater than the team, everyone has left recently. Grant, Johnny, Nick, and Ben wants us to grow and achieve our vision. And I'll even show you proof of that very shortly. We already saw
Mhm.
proof from Nick, but Grant has been doing a lot recently as well. But basically, Grant's intention was always to stay until he reached a point where he was no longer necessary. Like Grant, Johnny was also brought on part-time, and he had to commit to full-time, but he has other things he wants to do as well. And that happens a lot in pretty much every industry. Gaming is no exception. Nick experienced severe burnout, as we've heard, and thankfully he's returned to his more positive self, and it's been awesome to have him back in the Discord talking with everyone. And Ben was already working on his own Web 2 projects, but he actually put them on hold to go full-time at Illuvium. So if that's his passion, then I'm glad he's following that, and that's exciting for him, and that's very awesome. So basically, yeah, the team is in a great place, and they've gone from 220 to 140 over the past 2 years, but they're a more well-oiled machine than they ever were at 220 members. So
Yeah.
very proud of the team. They're in a good position, and if we want to talk about it, even when Grant left, it was a little bit scary. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? What's this and that? But the art department didn't slow down. I would say maybe even sped up. But like what I'm saying is they were still going just as hard as before. It really felt like nothing had actually changed. Like obviously having extra person to help with the artwork is great and all, but really the team is still doing what they were doing before, and they're still going. And I think that holds true for all the departments. And I think that's good to put it all in perspective. You know, right? It's all hindsight stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I know from the outside it looks very scary of like, oh my God, Grant's going, oh my God, Nick's going, right? Like I get it, Johnny, same thing. I get it completely, but yeah, no, the team is very much in high spirits. It's what people don't understand is that we wake up day in, day out, sacrificing so much time with our family, sacrificing so much time, just our health, not eating properly, not sleeping properly. I know it sounds horrible and it is what it is, but our main focus is to make sure that we deliver a proper product to the best that we can in the time frame that we have now officially promised, right? Publicly promised. So yeah, give everyone a little bit of grace. But no, the team is absolutely optimistic. We're in high spirits. We're doing what we can, and for the most part, everything that I'm seeing is incredibly positive.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. So the next thing we've got is from Nick here, where he says everything's all good. He was speaking to Johnny earlier, who mentioned the system is handling the concurrent players without issue. Now, I don't know, many might say that 10,000 people you should be able to handle that. That should be the bare minimum. But at the same time, without issue, they've got it under control, and they're enabling themselves to do load testing and things like that. So I think that's awesome. So great to see that everything's working properly. The other thing is moving. Rich has exercised the discussion of moving the team off Discord into a private one, but he's against it because having the team here is a major benefit in Web3 and things like that. And I'm inclined to agree. Having the team in this Discord talking to everyone on a daily basis is one of the best things in this project. I mean, it's so much fun for me. If it causes them too much stress, I would absolutely understand if they want to leave and stuff like that as well. But it's a lot of fun to have everyone working together, community, team, council, creators, everyone is in the same place.
Personally, as someone on the team, I'm going to be very upfront and say this. I would like a private work Discord where if we choose, we can participate in the public Discord, but not have it forced upon all of the team members. Because internally, like I say, we see things that the public doesn't. And again, like this is no shade at anyone. This is just what it is, right? This is the nature of the beast. But we see things that the public doesn't. But then the public is speaking on things that they might not have 100% of the context on. They might not have 100% of the information on. Misinformation starts getting spread, and it's where do we draw the line in when we try to and some people in the Discord speaking with ill intent, so in bad faith. So sometimes we want to correct things and then things spiral down the wrong way. Like look, I've got thick skin and it's gotten to me at points many times. So I know for a fact, especially like there are others on the team that might not have as thick skin that would get affected by it, and it's not healthy for them. It's not healthy for the project. It's not healthy for anyone. So I actually disagree. Like I think it should be an opt-in for the public discourse rather than this being the one and all. But again, this is just my opinion on the matter. It's doesn't hold any weight.
I mean, the other thing is that I have to imagine as like a project management tool, it would be fucking awful. Like having all the Discords mixed in with all the other Discord channels and stuff. That sounds difficult to say the least.
Like I get it. I get it.
That's funny. All right. So the next thing we've got is actually from Johnny, where he says there's a difference between building features and building foundations. Other than for the land sale and maybe a few weeks in early Zero Alpha, he was never building features. The Zero platform is ready. Theodore and the gang have done an amazing job on the technical platform. Most of the features are ready now too. And he's saying we'll be blown away by the beta. Actually, you've said you've tried the updated version of Illuvium Zero. How does it hold up?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's solid.
Are there new features, things like the new efficiency systems and stuff? Are they fun?
Yeah. What's funny was I've tested it out one proper time in the last week or so, and I've just gone like, it sounds horrible, but when the when I have a few minutes to spare, I'll open it up and test it out. But yeah, the new stuff. I actually went in. I just wanted to test it out for like 30 minutes. Ended up spending like 2 or 3 hours on it, just building it out. So no, it's sick. It's sick. The zoom out feature makes everything much better. There's a bunch more features. I don't know what I can say and what I can't yet, but there are a couple more features that really add into the user experience, which I think is awesome. Again, I had only intended to check it out for 30 minutes from now. I got sucked in. I mean, if it's doing that, I think it's doing the job. It's doing the job well.
Yeah, we know you don't love Illuvium Zero, although you thought you wouldn't enjoy it as much as you did.
I fell into it. Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Especially now, like I was saying that in the alpha state, the beta state is definitely better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the collectibility of biodata and things like that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Just from a gameplay perspective, I couldn't even care less about selling the blueprints personally, but yeah.
It's funny now because that's what I cared about, the blueprint stuff, and maybe I'll get back into that. But I'm now very interested in the fuel. Like just the way that it's set up now. Look, again, like some people are gonna hate it. Oh, yo, he's just hinting at things and not saying anything. It is what it is. I don't want to get fired, and I don't know what's been said publicly, but I do. Yes, the experience around fuel now just feels better, and it feels more. Whether this is the right word or not, I'll just say it. It feels more addictive, and I don't. Yeah, it just the that extraction side of thing feels more addictive.
I think even little things would do that. I'm assuming you have multiple builders now in the game, which would make a really big impact. And then the way the missions and things work.
You assume that why? Has that been leaked or?
They've discussed that you won't be limited to one builder anymore. How you obtain the other builders is not super clear. Probably pay for them. But yeah.
But yes, that's true. Yeah, there are multiple builders, which is cool. Very, very
cool.
Yeah.
That was really needed, and that will help with the addictiveness and stuff of the game. It will make it
100%.
It will make it easier to play, nicer to play. It will make it less rough.
Because I mean, if you have like a 24-hour upgrade that's going on, but you want to be building something that takes 10, you can do both things, right? Like, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So the other thing is Johnny said he's not going anywhere else. He assumes the guys will begin the search for a new chief technical officer at some point. But the technology leadership team has really stepped up and shown their mettle over the last few months, and he will still be available if his help is needed. You love to hear that. He's going to be around and people need it. And that's great. That's what we want. So the other thing is Ben has stepped down from the project. And we already knew that, but we're wishing him the best of luck. Next up, we will collaborate a lot more than in set one, but at the same time, the question is, do you peeps want to be surprised? And this is a really interesting question. So this came up as Aaron was talking to Splendor about future sets of alluvials, and is the community going to come up with all the designs? For example, if I go out and say, I want another kangaroo, I can't think of an interesting creature. If I want Pegasus, like a really cool lizard or a Pegasus, can we add that into the game? And Aaron's thing is, yeah, I mean, there'll be more collaboration than in set one, but do you want collaboration? Do you want to be surprised by these creatures? I think a healthy mix of the two would be really awesome, but I think I do want to be surprised for the most part. I want to see it just appear. I don't really want to be like, oh, I know they're designing a lizard of some kind. I don't know.
I still really, really want to see. I know set one was based around extinct animals, and what's the other word when they're almost extinct?
Yeah, well, nearly extinct or endangered.
Endangered, that's the word. Endangered or extinct creatures. I really, really want a mythical/mystical set. So you have like phoenixes, Pegasus, dragons, centaurs. Like I don't know. I reckon there's so much cool stuff you could do with that. maybe not fairies and pixies and stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, there's just so much cool stuff that we could do. So we'll see.
Crypto Quick Chat asked, are there build queues in Illuvium Zero? Like, you can line up 5
really,
builds
no.
at once and they go one after the other?
Not really. I mean, you can have multiple builders that build them simultaneously, but not a build queue. No.
Yeah, I had a feeling. And I think, yeah, it's one that everyone's going to differ opinion on. I mean, it would be maybe more fun if there was a queue, but at the same time, I kind of like
it takes you out of the game. It's kind of like you just leave it, set it and leave it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it would benefit higher tiers even more, which would be interesting as well.
I love build queues in Civilization, but we still need to play Civilization at some point.
Oh, for sure. I would
when we have like a full day, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But yeah.
Well, I have 2 weeks off for the launch of the game, so maybe we'll find a time. All right.
Yeah, I definitely don't. Yeah.
So the next one.
Did you see the meme that I put up on Twitter?
I'm not sure if I did.
Yo, check that out later. It was crack up. I thought it was hilarious.
I really appreciate the super chat, Spedinator. It really means a lot. It's good. It's good for me to show my partner that this YouTube channel isn't a complete waste of time. But she knows that I'm going full into Illuvium for those 2 weeks at launch, and that my attention is completely on that. She's gonna have to get secondary attention for a few weeks. But yeah, so the next thing is you'll be able to use all of the weapons. I don't know what this is regarding. Okay, so this is what I want to focus on. Weapons will be like alluvials. Gotta collect them all. And this is like we were talking about before, where we're starting to enter that MMO RPG phase. And really, the more stuff to collect, the more content for people to have in the game. It's all good news. But I'm looking forward to weapons. From what we saw in the leaks and stuff, very excited.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that I've been excited for a very long time. We've had chats about this. You made a video about this that I think a lot of people overlooked, because the experience was currently in game, all of the icons are the same. So no one really thought that, like, there was no emotional excitement, attachment to weapons at all. It's like, okay, it's just a different type of the sword. It's a different type of the sword. But they didn't realize that they were different swords. Similar, and I mean, look, I'm coming up with this right now, and I'm thinking of this right now. Similar to Star Wars. Some people are attached to the dual wielding. Some people are attached to the double-sided, double-bladed. Some people are the cross, what's it called?
Crossguard.
Crossguard, yeah, right? Like, there's so many cool things. The colors, right? Even that alone. Now imagine that with rifles, with bows and arrows, staffs, spears, shields, swords. Like, there's so many cool things that daggers. Like, there's so many cool things. Yeah, I'm very, very excited, man. And now we're gonna have them as, some of them are gonna be shock. Some of them are gonna be like,
we've got that just coming up. But like, the other thing I wanted to say is that even if we had all of that stuff already, it just wouldn't feel that impactful in the auto battler, in the arena. But now that we're going to the overworld combat, it is the time to add this stuff in. That's where it starts to make sense, starts to get interesting. It starts to get fun. It is this sort of stuff in the overworld makes sense. And it's sure it makes sense in the auto battle. That you could say, it just overcomplicates it, to be honest. But it's just not as exciting because it's all so small on the characters, one of your units on your board. It's not as cool.
If I have a tower shield, I want to walk around feeling like a tank. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
I want to go around feeling like, have a Titan or attack me, and I'm just standing there with the shield, not moving, not budging. Like that's the fun of it all.
So the next one is Aaron actually describes how some of this works. So the current weapons will stay as the tier 0. There are 25 lines of them with 3 stages. This is different from now where they use the same stuff for tier 1 to 5. Basically, the current images, artwork, etc. will actually be the tier 0 weapons. But basically, it's a rush job to fix some mistakes he made, and they will be released before open beta. But I think it'll be a lot of placeholders and things like that. So don't expect it to be like fantastically beautiful out of the gate, right? But we will be able to forge them and play with them and all that good stuff. And it might say Cryonic Edge, but instead of a sweet frost sword, you might get the standard sword and animations. The art is temporary, but the NFTs are permanent. Some of the names have been really good. Cryonic Edge, I think there might be another one here. No, can't find it. All right. They might come up later, but there's some really cool names that have come up so far, to be honest. I actually quite like them.
the Tempest bow or something like that. I forget what it was.
I don't know. He leaks them every now and then. It's quite funny, actually.
Yeah.
Daniel asks, are they going to make the overworld actually challenging then? Hard to say. It's funny you say that because that's actually probably my biggest fear. My one biggest fear is overworld combat won't have a whole lot of testing. Now, it should come out during the testnet phase, but it won't have as much testing as the rest of the overworld, right? And that they make it too easy. In my head, the auto battler is a great thing where it makes you think, which makes a game more engaging. When you have to think, it makes a game more engaging. That's how I understand it, right? And if they make the overworld combat too easy, where it's just like one dodge, hit the thing a few times, it's going to die very easily, or a fisto or whatever, it's easy to beat, then that might actually be less engaging than what we have now if it's not handled really, really well. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but I hope it's I don't know.
I would rather it be easy and then make it harder than harder and make it easier, to be honest, on launch. Like, if we were to skew one way or the other, I'd prefer it to be easier and then we make it harder than the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, that's very fair. I can't really say that that's a wrong way to think about it, for sure. All right. So the next one is actually a comment that really excited me. Aaron says that Grant still pops on by. He's here and he's still cheering us on. He's actually helping out with the art as we speak because we need the extra manpower. I'm actually assuming they're not paying him. So Grant, out of the kindness of his own heart, is helping out the Illuvium team, which is probably one of the most bullish statements we're going to have in this entire episode without even going into the trailer leak that we got. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say on that? That's cool that he's helping out the project, and that's what we want to see. After all, he is one of the co-founders. So
he's working closely with Dimitri on NFTs and stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Aaron has also said the team is in a truly good state now. For example, the land sale was a lot of people, but I guarantee you it would have been very rough without Johnny. Since then, the team has taken on more responsibility, and leadership members like Johnny have had to baby them less and less. So the team, it takes a long time to onboard people, especially into a startup. And the team is finally now a fully fledged game development studio. They're a, dare I say, it's kind of like an official thing. They have a game, they're a game studio, and they've been around for a long enough time to be fully recognized now. So it's pretty cool. So here's another one of them. There is a Slayer Shock ranged weapon called Arc Boomerang. Do you reckon that's literally a boomerang?
Can't say too much.
That's so Australian. It's got to exist, surely. All right. So the other thing is, as for the depth of RPG elements and things like that, they had sharp deadlines that included much less. As time has gone on, they haven't wanted to add more work. The weapons was a big one there.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the good news is that the arena engine is really robust, and adding new weapons is quite simple. The art is harder. They won't be ready on launch, the art, but you will be able to forge them. We don't want to rug you after the fact that we're letting you get all the finalized stuff without perfect art, but then we'll update the art over time. Love to hear it. We just heard that before, so yes. So here's another comment, and this sums up really well the reason I love Illuvium so much. It's not all the other stuff. It's this comment right here. Okay, and I don't know how you feel about this, TSG, so please let me know. But it's just like Pokemon. There isn't lore about Rattata, at least. It's not one thing. It's just a species. Just like an Atlas is a species. It's not a character. Your Atlas is your own Atlas, right? The weapons are like this. They are cool, but it's not like there is the Master Sword, because it's bullshit to look on blockchain and see that 20 people all have the one true sword. I think it's a really good summary of the Illuvium universe. It's the MMO I've always wanted, where decisions matter and it doesn't feel like everyone's playing a single player game, but they can see each other.
Yeah.
That's not a multiplayer world in my opinion. I know it's hard to pull off the opposite to that. That's really difficult feat. I think Illuvium is trying to do that. even if it doesn't quite work, we have to go more to that single player MMO type thing. But at least they're trying, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and I think there are things that we can do, whether it's a one-of-one skin, where it is the master skin. You know what I mean? Like there are things like that we can do in the future, which then makes it cool. Like even weapons, where maybe not making them overpowered, but making them unique. So that way, it still is a one-of-one or something like that, or like what the what is it? 9 rings? I forget what 9 rings for men. I forget what it is, but you could have something like that, right? Where there is a couple. They're not hugely advantageous, but the rarity of them is what makes them special.
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, I just realized what Spedinator meant. So in my video, I talked about how the alluvials need different reactions. Like an Archie might always run away, and the red panda or whatever, might always attack you. But even that, there's things like the red pandas might always travel in packs and things like that. And I think all of those sorts of elements will bring even more life to Illuvium. I know they're probably not a day one thing, but I hope that they get added or implemented shortly after Overworld combat. I think that will make a big difference. So here's another thing from Grant, just the last one here. He will officially be working on 7 NFTs 7 days a week for the next month with Dimitri, the final push. Super awesome to hear that. Okay. The next thing is that Kieran Trivia is happening straight after the trailer launch. So tomorrow night, I'm going to have to get an early sleep because the trailer launch is 4 a.m. for me.
So it's 2 a.m. for me. So I think I'm probably going to open up tomorrow's Friday, right? Oh, that's really good. I can open up a bottle of whiskey and just enjoy. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. for me. So,
4 a.m. must be like the worst time for anything ever. Like,
no, it's ideal for Europe and the US.
No. I mean, like 4 a.m. as a time.
Yeah.
Like you barely get enough sleep, and it's like slightly too late to like go back to bed. Sometimes it's just crap.
Yeah. It's like 5 a.m. Cool, I can sleep early, wake up early.
Yeah.
3 a.m. It's like, oh man, I can stay up a little bit. It's fine. 4 a.m. is like, what am I doing? What is happening?
So yeah, somehow Australians got screwed this time when the co-founder is Australian, and that shits me. And I know from my own YouTube analytics that that's the most active time on YouTube.
Yeah.
For Illuvium, but still it bugs me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad it's 2 a.m. for me, so I'm not gonna get shafted too bad.
So the next thing is 3 years ago, there was so much speculation. What is Illuvium? The trailer is your first piece of the puzzle. The teasing about this trailer is starting to get out of hand. Tell the team to stop. All right.
Yo, I mean, the teaser that came out today was there's a little something for if people are smart enough to pick up on it.
Oh, we're getting to it. We're going to chat about that. Don't you worry. So
I can't give anything away. So
I'll make some guesses maybe. All right. So the next thing we've got is many might have noticed that there are some issues buying fuel on the testnet Illuvidex at the moment. And Jeremy said that they're not in control of the countries blocked by IMX and Magic, and they're working with them to properly show in the game client what's happening and why. People in these restricted countries are not able to use the IMX blockchain. This is super unlucky for Illuvium's testnet launch. Let's be real. But for anyone who's in the affected countries, the USA somehow being one of them, use a VPN to access it. I've heard of people not having any issues when they're using a VPN.
You say the USA is one of them?
People from the USA have been having a ton of issues. It might only be certain parts of it, but they've been having heaps of issues.
I was going to say, because the USA should not be one of the restricted countries on that list.
Both JP and Najaf have been having problems.
Oh shit! Interesting.
So I don't know what to tell you.
Interesting.
All right, and now we get onto some of the many announcements that have happened in Illuvium over the past 2 weeks. Firstly, open beta testnet is now live. You guys all kind of know the drill with that. You can play it. What we should probably mention is there's 2 versions of the game. There's the testnet version, which is like a grayed out grayscale version on the Epic Game Store, and the non-testnet version. The non-testnet version will not have any of the new features that get added, but they're testing features. You might not want them in your game. The one difference in particular is the ethereal alluvials, which will make the battles more interesting by adding alluvials in there that you cannot capture. I personally like that as a change, but it's kind of funny because all that's going to be removed when combat comes in. So there's that. But the polls have all said that most people do enjoy that, but it's a bit mixed. Yeah, that's the big difference between the two. Download whichever one you like more. I don't know which one's probably better for farming the airdrop. Probably the non-testnet one.
Non-testnet, yeah.
Okay. So the next announcement is Johnny officially making an announcement that he's stepping down as CTO of Illuvium, but he's staying on as a technical advisor. It's kind of funny. He started part-time, went to full-time, and he's gone back to part-time for a bit. But he's very grateful for it. He's made lots of friends and everything. He's very happy to be a part of the team, like everyone that has stepped down so far. There hasn't really been any bad blood across the board, which has been really good. So there's that. The next thing is they expanded the way to earn airdrop points in the open beta testnet. Basically, every alluvial you have in your wallet by the end of the testnet will be counted towards your score. So yeah, it's very simple now. There is a spreadsheet to help you track all of this in my in the Discord I'm the leader of, the Wildfire Discord. So the next thing we've got is the Mega Hunt. Now, I know you love the Mega Hunt so much. So do you want to take us through this briefly?
Yeah. So for the month of June, obviously, we've got a list of things. The Ophisto, scroll up, scroll down, whatever. Ophisto, Blaze Knight, Malura, Emberlinks, Axodon, and Airflish. That's the wrong image. That's a Waterflish. But it is the Airflish. Every time that you capture one of them...
I never noticed that.
Yeah. Every time that you capture one of those alluvials, you get a raffle ticket into this prize. So 550 ILV, I think at prices now it's close to 50 grand, give or take. Yeah, man, that's legitimately it. So the thing that gets me excited about this is it's unlimited chances. Just grind, capture. Those are your chances. I know you've built out something to actually tell us how many Ophistos have been caught, how many Blazer Knights have been caught, so on and so forth. So that would be really cool. I wish I had... I'm more interested in this than the airdrop, to be honest. I wish I had more time to grind. I just don't. I was pretty lucky. I was troubleshooting with someone, and I saw a Blazer Knight, and I caught it. I've got one entry just by chance, but yeah, that's...
I don't think team members would be able to win, would they?
I mean, it's just a raffle, so don't crush my dreams.
The most interesting part about this hunt, which is my favorite, is that you have to capture the alluvials for it to count. You cannot fuse up to them. You cannot buy them. And so it rewards, even more than the general airdrop, it rewards all those players who are going out and playing Illuvium, which is super awesome. And yeah, I've got a list of everyone who's in the running to win and things like that. I believe Smartass is the one with like the 17 Axodons, and he's got like a by my calcs, he's got like a 40% chance to win 2.5 ILV, which is quite funny. Quite a few people own all of these alluvials. Malura has probably the least owners. Blazer Knight has a really good chance for anyone who owns a Blazer Knight. And Exalted Airflish is the best chance out of all of them. There's some people with like 70% chances of winning 1.25 ILV on the Exalted Airflish. Because when you think about it, it's actually probably more rare than a Visto. It's very hard to come by in the wild. Fusing up to it, not that rare. In the wild, very, very rare.
Yeah.
And so that's super cool. All right. And then there's the launch date. We're not going to beat around the bush here. July 25. The game is launching on July 25. It's going to have the new gauntlet mode, new weapon system, in overworld combat, NPCs, economy adjustments, character customization, and the Forge UX revamp, the biggest thing it needs right now. And in Zero, we'll have missions and be on the Apple and Google Play stores. All very awesome. Is there anything else you want to say about that before we move on?
No, I'm just very happy that we have a public date. Honestly, I mean, again, we talk about it a lot. Me and you have been here for such a long time. We finally have a public date. Like, I'm just very excited that it's slightly over a month away. It's kind of crazy to think about.
I'm glad they have the time to get their affairs in order, make sure everything's running properly. And even if they're missing a bunch of features and things, I don't think Kieran and the team will hesitate to just launch the game as it currently is, even if things like Gauntlet and Overworld Combat aren't in yet. I don't think they're going to stray from July 25th at this point. Also, it's going to be inside the trailer, I believe. So there's that. You can't really go away from the date once the trailer has it in there.
That's
So
the idea, yes.
The other thing is this future roadmap. We're not going to go over it in great detail, but the biggest two in here are at the bottom left of Overworld. We can see raid battles and multiplayer. Very excited for them. We've also got collection rewards, album upgrades, mega cities, Podarium, all the rest of it. I forgot. Someone did want to know what the Podarium was about.
Something to do with plants, like plants, and it's connected to Zero and Overworld.
Yeah, so basically in the Overworld, you have the morphopods and you collect them and you get these little dyes and things. I think the only reason you're getting the dyes in the Overworld is because Illuvium Zero is not hooked up yet. It's my understanding that in the Podarium, the idea would be is that you take out a morphopod and then you get the morphopod and you actually use that on your Illuvium Zero Podarium and it grows special plants. And these plants have all the different dye colors and things like that. And maybe it lets you change the color of the cosmetic you get or whatever. I can't remember exactly. But the idea is that you take items from the Overworld and you put them in the Podarium on Illuvium Zero. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
All right, only a few things left.
This is one of the longest episodes we've done in a long time.
Yeah, my brain is fried already. But yes, okay. So here is a thread from Kieran. I initially wanted to go over it, but I'm not sure anymore.
Nah,
We'll do the highlights. This is probably the biggest one. 3 games, all in different genres, targeting different demographics with a collective audience of nearly 300 million gamers. Overall, 150 million in the creature captured genre. Arena, 40 million in auto battler, which still surprises me, but I'm going to take his word for it. 100 million in the mobile city building genre. The first AAA game, when you build a blockchain game. Yeah, I'm not going to go through all this. All right.
Yeah.
So the next thing we've got is this really cool encounter.
Really on my mind, yeah, I try to be so.
All right. If I have that song in there, it's going to demonetize the video. So where he chases a ramfire, but let me see if I can hide our screens. I can't really hide it. But in the bottom right-hand corner, he has 150 energy. 150 energy right now. So he cannot capture this ramfire. So sad. Unbelievably sad.
Which is pretty funny. And what's crazy is it looks like it's quite close to the starting point as well. Like it looks like it's quite close. So I don't know how he missed this. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Oh my God. All right. So yes, he is not going to be able to capture that ramfire, which absolutely sucks. Scan request failed. I've never seen that before. But yes, he missed out on it. That is so rough. All right.
Yeah.
So the next thing we've got.
It's not so bad right now because it's not mainnet. But if that was mainnet, yeah, call yourself a therapist.
The next thing is someone is killing it on the Mega Hunt. They caught 3 Blazer Knights in one day. Now, I haven't played the game as much as most people, but I've never seen a Blazer Knight in the Overworld. I'll tell you that much. The best thing I've seen is my Mammoth and the Monarch. All right.
Nice. I've seen a Geyser. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I've seen a Flood. All right. So the next thing we've got is explosive updates and leaks. Here is the May highlight reel. I think it is worth us going over this again. Let's have a look. Although I kind of get it, I actually really don't like how slow this intro is.
Yeah, Zero's looking nice. There's actually so much cool stuff here if someone was to pause it at all the right times.
Love these. They're so good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these in the game. Oh, wait. Let's go back. Hold on. Or do we go back later?
No, it's up to you. I don't care.
All right. I love this one for starters.
We'll put the volume down a bit. We can talk over it.
Oh, I can barely hear it in my headset. Is it loud for you?
Yeah, it's super loud.
Oh, there's one more indicator on the volume. All right, I'll turn it down. All right. These are really cool too.
So this is the kind of stuff that I mean. Like everyone's wearing different stuff. Like it's gonna be sick.
I love these, even if they're a little bit unpolished right now. That reminds me of the Monado from Xenoblade.
Yeah. But again, this is what I mean. Imagine we're all walking around, someone with a shield, someone with a falcon. Like this is so sick.
I love
someone
this
with
one.
A bow and arrow. Like this is sick.
I love this one. This is where it starts to get really interesting. Like the staff in Illuvium right now, I haven't paid that much attention to it, but it's somewhat boring, really. But this one is super cool. I love the shield too.
Yeah, the Blossom Shield.
What is the Golem Fist? I missed this last time.
That I honestly, genuinely have no idea.
Gauntlet, Golem Fist. Some sort of augment or a different weapon type?
I mean, the gauntlets. It'll
be the ranged weapon. Very cool.
The iron weapons, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see what the team's doing, but I mean, they're building. What can you say? I love these animations.
Yeah, so sick.
This is the sort of thing where if I made this as a 3D, I would be super proud of that. That's the sort of thing I love to make.
I just can't wait for the 3D NFTs to be inside the game, like the videos of it. You know, when you like open it up and you're looking at the alluvials in the
Oh, for sure. Now, we've seen a lot of these sorts of animations before, but these ones look like they've been more properly rendered out than things we've seen in the past. So it's really cool to see them starting to take shape.
Yeah, it's got VFX on top of it now. So good.
I love Artes.
This.
The render.
So sick.
I like it. I'm excited for it. I never gets old with the cape.
Yeah, man.
So what many of you might not have noticed is they're actually snarling, which is an animation we've never seen before. To me, it's quite obvious. It's going to be used when you're walking past an alluvial in the overworld and it's looking ready to attack you. It's going to be this sort of animation. This gets me extra excited for overworld combat, where they're putting this sort of effort in already. That was like classic cat though. I love it.
So sick. Do you want to go back to that? Did you see that?
To which one?
Yep. you just had an updated Forge. Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for updated UX, UI, and things like that. I think this looks great already.
It looks cool. It should feel much better, and there'll be things like being able to pin what you want to forge, so you can actually see it on the as you're playing in the Overworld.
Track.
Yeah, like there's just so much stuff. Yeah,
there's T for track.
Yeah,
I also
there's
just
so much cool
noticed that
stuff.
the resources are quite different. Metal ingot and ingot. I don't mind the idea of simplifying the ores and resources in the game, but yeah, curious.
Yeah, I'm excited for this very much. So we have a new UI guy, Anthony, on the team, and he is an absolute killer. Like insane.
I have a feeling that's something we'll see in the trailer in a few days. This too. Oh my god, the obelisk is on top of an ice pillar? That's hype.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, crazy.
That was not clear to me at all.
Look at the this was, I think that was like leaked ages ago with when Andrew and Grant used to do the showcases. But man, check out Mozart in the back. You're falling so quickly that Mozart's glitching hard.
Yeah.
Play yourself.
You
sounds glitching. Yeah.
Didn't even notice that. They'll fix that, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this is my favorite part of the entire leak. Day-night cycles confirmed, coming to Illuvium.
What's the drone going though?
The Gaudi in the background, also very interesting. So the next thing is something you actually shared with me, is Illuvianomics Godson actually posted a video called Easy Farming Guide for Every Deposit in the Illuvium Overworld. We're not going to spoil it for you guys, but
we don't need to watch it. Yeah, we don't need to watch it. But I'll just jump in real quick. But no, it's really good. He breaks down the different kind of deposits there are and what each deposit actually gets or gives you. So just even something simple knowledge like that, it was very well done. So massive shout out to Godson for that. Yeah, really cool piece of content and very helpful for anyone that wants to really maximize their time. Definitely recommend that, or at least be more aware of what they're doing and what's actually happening. Check that out.
And the other one is actually a post from someone called Superverse.
Yeah, she's come into the space just randomly out the blue, but a lot of good content, like a lot of like fun videos, good content, breakdowns, helpful graphics like this. Just everyone give her a follow, support. I think anyone that's putting an effort like this, just go and show some love.
And don't forget to like, repost, bookmark, all the rest of it. But yes, very cool. I see people asking questions about this constantly, and so this is fantastic. She needs to do one for plants. The most common question in the Discord right now is, how do I get sanguine essence?
I wouldn't be surprised if she's already done that, to be honest. But yeah,
probably.
She's just absolutely killing it.
But yes, absolutely loving this. So really well done to her. Love to see it. And we got one more thing before we do the little sneak preview. We've got the trailer premiere is up on YouTube. So don't forget to go and set notifications, all the rest of it. I want to see you all there. I have no idea if I'm going to do a live reaction. I should, maybe. I don't know. I just kind of like being there with the community. But anyways, should be really awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Can you send me the Twitter for the Illuvium leak? Maybe I can just find it.
Yeah. Doom.
I found it.
Cool.
All right, you ready, guys? Here we go. All right. Let's pause here and there and see what's up. I have no idea what she's looking at. Let's keep going. I really like the purple in her eyes. Not gonna lie. All right. I have no idea what that is. It looks like the underneath of one of the giant drones, if I had to guess. Or it's inspired by 2001 Space Odyssey. There's that option as well.
Interesting. I can't say anything, yes.
Here, she's clearly being attacked by whatever that red thing was. You can see by all the red reflections. Maybe this is related to the first shot. Doubt it, though. But yeah, it's blowing wind at her. I'm assuming it's some sort of spacecraft. This looks like the sort of thing that happens when a spacecraft lands and there's lots of wind, and yeah, you get the point. This next pit's what's actually quite interesting, though. Trying to get the Umbra coming in. Where is it coming from? Where is it appearing from? I didn't see a rift. I didn't see anything. It just sort of like appears from the ground. Maybe someone threw a shard and it came out and attacked her or something. I have no idea. It does look like they're in Abyssal Basin, which is really cool. And like full attacks her, also very cool. It's great, but where did it come from? That's what I want to know. Am I crazy?
I can't say nothing, man.
Tell me.
I don't know what you want out of me. I can't say nothing.
All right, so I hope you guys got a lot of that. I hope you like seeing the trailer and me doing my weird breakdown.
Yo, show the meme that put up on my page. Let me see if I can get it for you. We'll ask the community what they're telling their bosses.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so good, bro. So good. Yeah, I've retweeted a lot of people posting.
Oh my god.
Here it is. Your
metrics must look hilarious.
Dude, I get a lot of engagement. It's pretty funny.
Pardon?
Because my actual posts do like reasonably well, and then I just have a bunch of like random.
All right. So basically, in this post, you said, me and the homies getting out of work on July 25th to play Illuvium. Who are you going to be playing with on day one? Tag them in the comments and share what you're telling your job to get out of work. I've got annual leave, so I'm good. I don't need an excuse, thankfully. So if you guys announced it in 3 weeks, I might need one.
Yo, the options are calling in sick, I'm going on vacation, fuck it, fire me, maternity leave, your grandma came back from the dead, you were abducted by aliens. Let us know in chat what you guys are actually going to say to your job. If you guys have a better excuse than what's out there, let us know. But I thought this was funny. I had fun making this.
Imagine faking maternity leave. Like, really think about that. That's messed up.
Yeah,
I'd be eager to say grandma came back from the dead is not as bad as saying maternity leave.
Oh, that's so funny. Grandma came back from dead was hilarious. I lost my mind when I wrote that.
Oh my god, crazy! I thought you just downloaded that from the internet. I didn't know you wrote all that out.
Nah, there's it was actually from Elden Ring. Elden Ring had like the top 3 and then the bottom 3, or I think including maternity leave, the 4. And then I wanted to do some funny stuff for the other ones. The original was like religious holiday. I was like, nah, let's have fun. Let's put a TSC spin on it.
Oh, I like it. You guys got some excuses for us? Maternity leave for Nipe?
And that's what we got. Yeah. All right. Let's wrap
up.
Right.
We better wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in to the download episode
46.
I have no idea. Who cares?
6.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming. We had a really huge turnout today. Let us know what you guys think about the launch trailer in the comments, what you're going to be telling your bosses, and what's the first alluvial you want to try and capture on the mainnet open beta launch for Illuvium. Also, what do you think is going to happen in the trailer? Let us know all of that and more down in the comments. God, I can't wait, man. That trailer is going to be sick. I'm going to be rewatching it every day for like a month. You know it. You know it's going to happen.
I would be lying if I said I wasn't doing that already.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a fun ride. We're almost there, but it does truly feel like it's just beginning.